Hey guys, it's GameFacer and welcome back to episode 93 of my Leeds United Career Mode. Now in today's episode, we've got a couple of things to do before we get into this Reading game. We're going to have a look at the squad reports and we're also going to take a look at some of these players that I've been scouting as well. If you would like to see a bonus episode of this, then go hit 25 likes and we will upload a bonus episode as soon as possible. Also, if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well. But in this episode, we will be playing Reading. We've also got a game against, I think it's Tottenham it is, in the Premier League, and we've got Juventus, which will be in the next episode, I'd imagine. What we're going to quickly do before we get into the game is we're going to have a look at the squad report, quickly go through the players I have available and seeing how they're growing. Jose Sa, who we've just brought in recently, obviously hasn't gone up yet in anything. This is the guy that I'm really impressed with though, Nelson, our right back, 19 years old, 78 overall, really fast as well, really quick growth. You can see some of his stats there, it's unbelievable. We got him for 5 million and Lukau, a centre back that we didn't use. So really happy with that one. His marking's gone up 9, same with his short passing. He looks incredible, really looking good at the moment, and he's English, which is nice to see. Capella's gone up 1 overall, there's a few stats there that are important that have gone up, that's the main thing. Congola's not really gone up at all, bit disappointing, still 78. Galloway hasn't gone up either. He's been injured recently though, that might well be part of the problem. Eric Dyer has gone up 2 overalls, that's good as well, he seems to be making decent growth. Ramirez is starting to slow down a little bit, but has still gone up on a couple of his attributes. His overall remains the same. 79 overall now for Mane, that means he's gone up 1, still quite fast. Entep, who's recently come in, hasn't gone up at all. Kevin Phillips has actually gone up on some of his physical stuff, but not his overall. A little bit disappointing, that one. We've got Silver, he's gone up to 82 in the last episode, and a lot of his physical stuff is going up. Just needs to try and get his technical ability up a little bit. His finishing should probably be a bit higher for someone of his overall. Bridcut's actually gone down 1 overall, mainly his mental attributes that have caused that. Iheanacho's gone up 2, he's looking good. Cook's gone up 1, Yedlin stayed the same. We've got Afobe, who's currently just recovering from injury, he hasn't gone up, and we recently signed him as well. Smith has gone up 1, he might well be leaving the club, although we'll get to that in a second. Rossetti's staying the same, although some of his attributes have gone up physically. We've also got Gordon, one of our youngsters, he's remained the same. Seppi's gone up 2 overall, another one of our good right backs. Alves has remained the same. And another one of our young centre-backs, he's only gone up 1 though, so 19 years old, only 68 overall. Got Marston, who's gone up 3, our centre-mid, Kingsley, who's not gone up at all, Killock's not gone up, Spencer's gone up 1, Dan Feeney's gone up by nothing at all at the moment, Loopy's gone up 3, Lowe's gone up 1, Brown's gone up 1, we've got 3 there for Justin Rasulu. He's looking quite good actually, especially his pace for someone that's just 17 years old. Maybe need to look to try and get him out on loan if we can in the next transfer window in the summer. Joe Grounds is doing okay, he's not gone up though. Felipe gone up 3 overall, but doesn't really seem to be getting anywhere despite going up in overall. He's still only 54 and yet he's 18 years old, he might well be on the way out. Pollis looks really good, trying to incorporate him into the team, maybe get him loaned out at some point. We had Joe Gomez there who's gone up 2, Madison's not gone up, he's just recently come in. Kingsley Coman's gone up 3 as well, got a big squad haven't we? Jamie Vardy's going down at the moment, that's why I'll discuss his contract in a second. Nelson Oliveira's gone up 1, Yaya Torre's gone down 2 due to his age. We've got a couple of our loan players to look at now. Andrea has actually gone up 4 overall with Valencia, I can't believe it, he's played 1 game in the Champions League which probably has something to do with it, but 18 years old, he's gone up 4 overall since being there, incredible really for him. And we've got 3 overall there for John Hughes, he's 63. Batiste is now up to 72, which is quite good. He's on loan at Fulham. He's played in the FA Cup once. Danny Henry's gone up 2. Chris Williams has gone up 2 as well. Sava at Real Madrid. I can't believe he loaned him to Real Madrid. He's gone up 3 though, which is quite incredible. Not played in any big games that we can see. Ledesma's gone up 3 to 70. And that concludes our squad. We've got such a large squad. It did take a little while to go through them all. But yeah, basically that is our squad. We've got some decent growth there, but obviously some players that maybe aren't growing as we'd hoped. We're now going to move on to the scout report, and we're going to have a look at some keepers that I've been scouting recently. Dragowski, who I think I signed on our Leicester City career mode that I did earlier on in the year, he's 72 overall. Blanco's only 70, which isn't great. And Ayarola, I think that's how you pronounce his name, Ayarola, something like that, from PSG. He's 76, 25 years old. Not too bad, not amazing. I thought it would be a little bit better, but it's interesting to see what sort of keepers are available to us. And now let's move on to the contracts. Now, I've spent a little while doing this in previous episodes, but I think now we need to start offering new contracts to some of these players I want to keep. Tommy Smith is one that I want to try and keep. He did refuse the last contract though, so we need to try and get him keep him in the team if we can. We're going to offer him the 35 grand a week, 2-year deal, and let's see what he says to that. John Hughes is going to remain with us. We're going to offer him a new deal as well. It's going to be a 4-year contract. And we'll just give him 3 grand, we'll just round it up, we may as well. And we'll go, I think, future first team player still. In terms of Killock, Vardy and Henry, I think Danny Henry's actually going to go. I think that's the right thing to do there. And Killock will remain with us. We're going to offer him a 4-year deal. Again, it's just going to be 3 grand. May as well round that one up as well. And we'll go future first team player. That means Vardy will be leaving. He's gone down quite a lot recently, so that explains why. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all the little things I had to do before we get onto this game against Reading. So that's the team I've gone with. Jose Starr's going to start in goal. Nelson at right back, Capello and Congola at centre back with Galloway at left back, Ramirez and Dyer in midfield. Then on the wings we've got Entep and Mane, Phillips down the middle, and Silva up front. Let's see how we get on. Hopefully get ourselves a win against Reading. We'd probably be expected to beat them. This is the FA Cup, but I've gone with a strong team because our next game's in a week's time, so this should have plenty of time to recover. Let's see how we get on against Reading. Come on, I've got to win this game, surely. Reading don't really have too many decent players in the team that I've heard of. They've not really got anyone particularly talented that I recognised anyway by name. So we should really be winning this game with such a strong team out. Let's see how we get on though. It's not going to be too easy, I wouldn't have thought. Although saying that, they've got Stephen Ireland on the ball. I don't know how they've got him. Oh, it's through. No way, it's 1-0. 7 minutes in. I hate these sort of games where the teams start passing it around like the Barcelona or something like that. Ugh, Stephen Ireland's playing like a bald Ronaldinho. It's ridiculous. 7 minutes in, and we're winning this game. Well, we're losing this game, I should say. I wish we were winning the match, but we're losing it 1-0. Not a good start, and we've not looked particularly good going forward yet. Okay, that is it for the first half. Still losing the game 1-0, and we've done absolutely nothing. I don't know where that half's gone. We're getting completely dominated. No shots on target. They've had 1 shot. It's been a terrible, terrible match. We need to try and change something around because we've been shocking, really bad. So we need to try and change something. Entep's been dreadful, although most players have, to be honest. So I'm going to look to a Phobe to maybe try and give us something a bit more up front. Just going to play him in behind Silva. Phillips will go on to the left. In fact, no, I'll put him on the right. He's played there before. And Mane will go on to the left. We'll give it a go, but it's not looking good at all if it continues like this. Calvin Phillips can look for the cross, try and find Silva. We need a goal out somewhere. It's not coming at all. That's our first chance of the second half. That tells you how bad we have been. We're going to try and crowd the keeper here. Ramirez to take it. It's too close to the keeper, and he takes it comfortably. At the moment, we will quite easily go out of this competition because we've done absolutely nothing, and they're still just edging it here. We've really not attacked at all. I can't believe how bad we've been. And it's another one of the things that annoys me about the game because you can play so well against such a better team. We've beaten Barcelona twice in the last few months, but yeah, you can't beat Reading in the FA Cup. Okay, some changes. We're going to bring on Iheanacho and Bridcut. That means we're going to take off Eric Dyer and Calvin Phillips. We're really going to have to go for this one now, taking off 2 midfield players to bring on 1 attacker and another midfielder, although Bridcut does like to get up the pitch occasionally as well. We've really got to go for it because at the moment we're going out the FA Cup. And we've not even put up a fight in this match at all. We've been dreadful. And it's mainly down to the fact that Reading have just played like the Barcelona. That's the only way I can describe it, really. And they're keeping the ball so well now. And we're out the FA Cup because of how bad the game is. And I hate blaming the game because it's such an easy excuse to make. But it is just so badly put together on career mode. I've not really noticed it on anything else but career mode. It just seems so badly put together, the gameplay. And you're not able to win back the ball in possession on world class at all. And that just means any opposition can beat anybody else. And we haven't been beaten by Reading. So we're out the FA Cup. And now we can do the classic thing of focusing on the league. There's not many games left now. There's 12 games left, so 36 points still up for grabs. And we do need to try and get as many of them as possible. We're currently 4th in the league, 6 points behind Man City, so a little bit of a gap there to try and catch up over those 12 games. So let's go on to some play drills now. Let's go with these 5 players. I think I changed them in the previous episode, so I'm not quite due to change them just yet. Eric Dyer's the only person that went up in any attributes there. Not good, is it? Really need to try and get some players up in attributes towards the end of the season. They're going up, well, close to going up anyway, but they just seem to be crawling along so slowly. We need to try and get them going up a bit more. We've got the Tottenham game coming up in a second, and we've got some news on the contracts I offered. John Hughes isn't happy. He'd like a greater squad role. 63 overall, wants a greater squad role. Not too convinced by that, and we will go with it just so he has a new contract. He wants to be a sporadic first-team player, so we'll give him that, but not really convinced he will be that within the squad. And here we go, we've got some more emails to look at. Matthew Grimes, who's recently joined Leeds in real life. We got a scout report back on him. He's 73 overall, actually. He doesn't look too bad in overall. 23 years old, not great pace. Stamina's okay. Short passing isn't too bad, actually. We'll keep an eye on him. He's not someone we'll desperately try and get, but he's certainly a good young English player that maybe we'll look at as a squad player. Calvin Phillips is possibly going to be leaving us, so he might be a good replacement for him, because Calvin Phillips is a little bit unsettled by the amount of game time that he's getting at the moment. Don't know why, because he plays quite a lot. Killock has accepted the contract we offered him, and major contract problem with Tommy Smith. He's not looking to extend his contract with our football club. Okay, so he's basically told us that 3 times now, so we kind of got the message that he doesn't want to sign a contract at all. He's definitely going now, Tommy Smith, so we'll leave that one until the end of the season when we'll try and sell him on, or his contracts will probably run out, to be honest, first. And John Hughes finally accepts the new contract that we offered him, and now got the Tottenham game to get on with. So we'll change around the team, and I'll be back once I've done that. And this team I'm going to be playing with for the Spurs game. We've got Jose Sass starting in goal again. Yedlin comes in at right back. Capello and Congolo at centre back, with Galloway at left back. In front of them, we've got the same 2 that we went with before. Hopefully Eric Dyer has a better game than he did in the previous one. And we've gone with a slightly more attacking front 4. We've gone with Silva in behind Iheanacho this time, which was suggested, I think, in the previous episode. So I decided to go ahead with it. And we've got Mane on the right and Entep on the left. He's not been doing well for us, Entep, so he needs to start playing well. His forms are on the down, as you can see from the arrow, and that is the bench that we've gone with. Afobe probably will make an appearance at some point. He actually looked okay in that previous game. He just didn't seem to get on the ball, which was very strange, but when he did, he managed to do some decent stuff. So let's get on with the Tottenham game, try and beat them. I've gone on counter-attacking because I felt defensively we were absolute shambles again in that last game, and just because we can't win back the ball off them. So we're going to play quite deep and hopefully break if we can. Let's see how we get on against Tottenham. Okay, we've got ourselves a free kick. It's Eric Dyer's over this one, quite far out. Just over. Really poor game again. I don't know what's wrong with us at the moment. We just don't seem to be playing well in these last couple of games. And yet we can play well in so many matches, and then suddenly you can just change really quickly. I don't know what it is. We need to try and get a goal if we can. No way. He's through like that. I mean, it sums up the game. Oh, God. How unrealistic is that? You can't just put a ball through like that. I mean, how was I supposed to win back this ball here? Absolutely no chance. And he just smashes it in the goal on the volley as it goes over his shoulder. Yeah, sums up the game really, doesn't it? Anyway, we're losing the game 1-0 just before half-time. Not great. But yeah, what are you supposed to do about that? Can't win back the ball whatsoever, and yeah, it's very frustrating. We're just going to have to start having pot shots now, and that's the closest we've been the whole of the 45 minutes, that shot from Silva. That is it for the first half, still losing the game 1-0. We don't really have any immediate options that we can turn to on the bench, so we're going to keep things the same. But yeah, we're not really getting anywhere at the moment. Might have to change something quite quickly if that doesn't change in the first 15 minutes. Been passed straight to Silva here, but he's got no options whatsoever. Oh, the post. Those shots from miles out have been the closest that we've had been to getting a goal. We're just going to have to shoot from outside the box. Mane's won it back. Again, we're going to have to go for the shot to flex out for a corner. And like I keep saying, the long-range shots are our best chance of scoring at the moment, so we're just going to go with them. It's gone back out to Ramirez. Putting a good cross, please, into the back post. Oof, Eric Dyer gets flattened, or at least I think it was Eric Dyer anyway. Didn't seem stood up for very long. Got completely flattened by the keeper. And Tottenham are looking a little bit worse. They keep on passing it to us recently, but that's good for us. But we just don't seem to be taking the chances. Okay, all 3 changes have been made. Bridcut, Nelson and Benikafobe will all come on. We're going to take off Mane, Dyer and Entep. So, again, some more attacking changes, but we've got no real choice but to make them, I suppose. So Nelson's going out right mid. Hopefully he'll get us a couple of crosses in for Benikafobe, but it's looking unlikely. I think, again, we're probably going to lose this game at this rate. Entep through to Silva. We're going to have a shot again. It's on his left foot. Apologies for having so many long shots, but you got to understand I can't get past them any other way at the moment, so it's the only real choice that I have. We're going to have to try and change the corner take. I think we'll go in Nelson. Can we have a good ball in? It's to no one again. Why can I not direct these corners at all? Ramirez going to have a shot. Oh, how is he keeping this out? All the shots that were firing at him, he saves every single one. I mean, that's going right in the top corner. Everyone's up. Ramirez to take it. Let's go. Oh, cleared off the line. Oh, my days. And it's over. They had about 3 or 4 people on the line there. Oh, my God. What can you even say about that game? I mean, it's 1-0. How is it 1-0? Oh, God. 2 1-0 losses. Ugh. There is something dreadfully wrong with this game. Nightmare. Right, we're going to do some more player development. I'm going to try not complain too much more. Let's see whether we can get anybody up. I might have to change it round, because even though it looks like they're going to go up in some of their attributes, I don't actually think they will yet again. So I'll change them round and see who we're going to try and train up this week. And these are the players I've gone with, all very young players with pretty decent potentials actually. So we're going to try and upgrade them. We've got Lowe there going up on 3 of his attributes, which is much more positive than the previous week. Nelson's getting closer to 79 as well. So I think we'll continue with those for a few more weeks. But in the next episode, we've got a game against Juventus in the Champions Cup, so hopefully we get out of this terrible form at the moment, because we've got Juventus and Man City in the same episode. It's going to be a tough episode next time round, episode 94, so we really need to try and get something sorted, because that was not good enough at all, those 2 games. Partly due to, obviously, the way that the teams played against us. But anyway, we will quickly have a look at Kyle Mullin, who was a 20-year-old, 69 overall though, so he's not really worth looking at too much. We've already got a lot of centre-backs in the club that are that sort of age and overall. So that is it for this episode. Thank you all for watching. Like I say, we'll get on with the Juventus side of things in the next episode. And yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time, and goodbye.